Get ready to embark on a transformative journey as we explore the very essence of IT innovation and digital transformation. So, without further ado, let's think IT in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on your time zone. My name is João Martins. I am Advanced Analytics and AI Manager here at Noesis. And I'm really excited to be here hosting this podcast about forecasting and how in Noesis we try to solve the challenges that came from our customers. Today I have two friends, I might say it, Pedro and Bia, that work really close with me in this kind of topics. Pedro, can you talk about you, your role, what you do?
Yeah, of course. Hi, my name is Pedro. I'm account manager at the sales department of Noesis, and I'm responsible for the clients of the sector of consumer goods, retail, and the automobile sector.
Bia, and about you? Tell me everything about you.
Sure. Hi, I'm Beatriz. I'm a consultant here at Noesis, and I was the main responsible for a few projects of forecasting at our department.
So, being said that, our idea on this podcast is not to try to sell anything, it's just to give a little bit of glimpse how we deal with this kind of challenges. But before that, Pedro, how do you see the Portuguese market in terms of forecasting? Our customers are talking about that. You feel that in the field?
Yeah, I feel that in the field, yeah, of course. I feel that the market is betting a lot increasingly in the forecasting tools, more in the retail sector and consumer goods sector. I think because they work with like a B2C market, so I think they need to know the needs of their customers to create more sportsmanship between them. So,
and do you think that is a nice to have, or it's already a must have, so that a company can be differentiated from others?
for these two sectors, I think is a must-have. I think is an indispensable tool. Yeah. Just because of that, because it's a B2C market, so they need to know the client's needs more because of that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that right now, if a company doesn't have something different from others, it will be just company A against company B, and that will be just a matter of pricing. Yeah. And if they don't go into this kind of technologies, if they don't bet on the forecasting side, I think that they will lose a little bit of space. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, of course.
Bia, and you as the forecasting legend here at Noesis, what are your main challenges when you receive this kind of project?
I think one of the main things we need to do first is talk with the client to know what their goals are, to meet expectations, so that they know, so that we know what type of error are they expecting and what type of error we can give to them, so that we know the type of data they have. And basically that's it.
And as a data scientist, what is your main challenge when you start looking at the data, starting talking with the customer? What is your really more challenging action to start with?
Okay, so I think talking about the cases that I actually got was first data preparation, because in college they teach you a lot of things, like when dealing with data exploration, how to deal with outliers or missing values, and you're kind of prepared for that, but then you're not prepared for incoherences that sometimes happen, and the client sometimes doesn't know them, so you have that primary phase where we explore the data, and sometimes there are problems which can delay the project a little bit. So it's important the first thing you do is to watch the data and then ask the right questions so that the client knows what to say to us. And then you have some modeling issues sometimes, because there are a lot of different products you need to model, and some of them have some behavior and others have other behaviors, so that can be a challenge. But again, it's very important to meet the expectations and to talk with the client about the expectations. And finally, I think one of the main problems actually regarding the data is sometimes dealing with outliers and what are outliers in this industry and in this type of problems.
And you see the customer as a helper, or as sometimes they make your job a little bit harder because, I don't know, from your experience, do they know about their data? They have just a feeling, an idea, overall thought, or do you think that they know about their data, or you need, let's put it in this way, to guide them through their own data? What is your main idea on this?
I think it depends on the responsible. So there was some responsible of the project that actually knew the data, but they don't know these incoherences, and there are others that are more expert in the business parts. So I think it can be a helper if the project is one of the main projects they have to take care of, but sometimes it can make things difficult, which I actually didn't think it happened in my cases, but I think sometimes if the client is not, if this is not one of the priorities of the client, it can become a problem for us because, as I said, problems with the data, questions about the data, they need to be very expecting for questions and be very fast answering because we need to meet deadlines, and that can be something that actually delays deadlines. So, yeah.
I agree. Again, I'm not the person that puts the hands on, but from my previous experiences with this kind of challenges, I fully agree with you that sometimes the customer can be really helpful for us because, again, we don't know about their business. For us, an outlier is a lack of data in a timeline, but for them, sometimes is out of stock. A peak is perfectly normal because other supplier didn't could supply there, and then they went to another one. So these kind of more tricky questions, I think that in the end, the customer must be brought into the table. He must be with us, talking with us. We had a few meetings in the office with them, where Beatriz and the rest of the team were present, of course, where they just try to explain their current way of working. Because in the end, our goal is not to change their mindset, is to complement the idea that they have, and to try to help them moving forward with the business. We don't want to know what is out of stock in their business. We want to help them so that they can understand really well what is the impact of that outline, for instance, in their area. Pedro, about the future, what do you think that after closing a project like this, what do you think that the market is expecting as a next step? Do you think that they are willing to invest on this? They go into a proof of concept, a project, and then they go away? Or from your experience in the field, do you think that after a project they want to go further with this, implement this like a business as usual tool, or it's just an idea from someone?
Okay. Well, I think it depends on the client and the needs of the client. But I think if we start with a POC or a proof of value. After that, I think we go further, because if the accuracy of the project it's a good accuracy, I think the client don't have excuses to go further with it. So
actually, I have something to add to that, because again, the accuracy can be good, or sometimes the accuracy needs to be when you say good,
98.
yeah, sometimes not perfect, because the idea of data science is that, I mean, good accuracies are above 95%, for example, but I mean, the reality is sometimes you have so much product, so much variability in the data that it's hard to get that good of an accuracy. So yeah, good accuracy is good, but what is a good accuracy for the client? I think that's one of the main factors to manage. Yeah.
And one of our clients, I think that was this experience was we start with one restaurant, and but the accuracy was not so good, and we tried we put more restaurants, and we tried to get more. The things got better. So if you, I think with the project rolling, I think you start we
things,
start
yeah.
understand
Yeah.
the
Project.
project, and I think it's possible to get
Yeah.
a better accuracy, but of course it's not everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes for a statistician to have a good performance is not the real situation for a
Yeah,
for a
true.
customer. You cannot give more than what data can bring you.
Exactly.
So we might, or a customer might have the idea that he wants a MAP or a MA, this kind of more analytical metrics around 5%, 1%, 10%, whatever, but we cannot do magic. What we can do, we speak up the data, do our transformation, implement our models, talk a lot with the customer and try to leverage our knowledge with them, try to explain, bring them to the table, and explain from A plus B that having that 5% is not really important, or is not important is not the right word. It's not possible to have. The only idea for that is completely biasing the results, and in the end we cannot promise, we cannot give a forecast that, of course, we know that will not be really possible to have it.
Yeah, but I think one good thing of this data science market being relatively new in Portugal is that a lot of people are still doing this by hand. So the baseline for the error is actually, they have an error very high. So everything we do, usually it's better than the error they get. So it is a good thing that it's a new market, although there's still some doubt for some clients, but actually we can have much better errors than they are expecting, which can be good. So the newly thing in Portugal of data science and everything, it's a good thing and a bad thing, depending on the
side that you are. Okay, yeah, and one really important question that I think that must be asked after a project: lessons learned. What did you learn from this kind of project?
So I think one of the things I've never done before and I did in this project was to have a close relationship with the client. Yeah, and I think it is important to manage that relationship, because if they are on our side, everything goes well. A good client is everything in a project. I can
Listen to this.
guarantee that.
Listen to this.
A
Try
good
to find good
client-
customers.
I
Pedro.
know that.
Try to find good
Amazing.
customers.
So yeah, I think creating a good relationship, and that João is also very responsible, and the other members of the team are also responsible. It's one of the most important things. And with that, the meeting of the expectations, the error, and everything. Also having a good team with us, which can help you and develop all the solutions. Yeah, and these are the main errors. I could go a little bit technical because I think I learned a lot of algorithms, a lot of data exploration techniques, but I think in the end, for the listeners, which I don't know if they are very technical, I think it's a good relationship with the clients, preparing them for what's coming, and yeah, for the worker side of myself, a good relationship with my team.
It's always nice to hear that inside my team there is that good kind of relationship. It makes me really...
Publicity!
Thanks a lot. Come to my team. Sorry. Pedro, one question, and not trying to be really commercial on this, but it makes fully sense to ask you. Why Noesis? How does the customer feel about us? What is their idea? Do you think that they think as just an integrator, or how does the market see us in this kind of projects?
Okay. So Noesis invested in artificial intelligence and this type of projects 2 years ago. So I think now we are in a good standard because we have some running projects. One of forecasts, one of artificial intelligence with machine learning, one with ChatGPT. So I think the clients have our trust. We have good relationship with the clients. We invest in these technologies and in artificial intelligence. So I think we have a good. We are in a good standard compared with other companies.
Yeah, I think that. I came from a software vendor, and from what I see right now in the market, now that I'm on the integrator side, I think that, like we mentioned on what she said, if a customer trusts us, he will go with us until the end.
Yeah,
I think
sure.
creating that kind of trustful relationship with the customer makes a little bit the difference, because if it's not Noesis, will be the company A or company C or Z or whatever. So I think that creating that kind of confidence, and from my side, your job on that is really good, because you are more or less our face in the customer.
Yeah, and I work with a lot of business units of Noesis, so I saw that the clients trust us, and we don't like to just do one project with the client. We like to understand the pain of the client and try to help them, and try to have, of course, more projects and increase in the client. So, yeah, I think that's the first reasons why I choose Noesis.
Yeah, that's really nice to share that. You as an account manager know that. Of course, customers sometimes share with you that are our vendors trying to do the same. It's really nice to see that we are in that position. Bia, Pedro just mentioned the buzzword of the moment and the special one of the AI. OpenAI. It's an hype. Do you use it in this kind of projects? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so ChatGPT, the guy, was actually a kicker. So I think clients started to be more invested in machine learning because of ChatGPT. However, I don't think, contrary to what everyone thinks, is that ChatGPT does all the work for us. So that's not true, okay? It's not true. So basically, it's good for data exploration because it sets a structure to what a project like forecasting needs. And that's very good, and it gives you metrics, it gives you algorithms, it gives you a lot of ideas, but in the end, it's you that knows your data, and it's you who can actually fit what ChatGPT gives you into your data. So I think it's a major tool, and for those who are not using it, you should be using it. But it does not do all the work for you, but it's actually a very good tool to help, I guess.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that in the end, generative AI, it's a helper in some situations from more the techie side, to comment code, to be more quickly to develop code. And I'm not telling you that you take too much time, but with OpenAI, you are really even better, no problem with that, and that's for free. But again, and bringing it a little bit more for the serious side, I think that what you said is completely true. OpenAI will not replace everyone. OpenAI will not be whatever that people sometimes think that will be. I think that it's a helper. I guess it's a Google with steroids that can help us in improving our daily job.
Yeah.
Well, and just a few closing remarks from our side. First of all, thanks a lot, Bia and Pedro, for being here. Thanks a lot for the Noesis team to give us this space so that we can try. Again, the idea is not to sell that we do, but the idea is to explain to you guys at home that going to this kind of project, as you see, can be really fun. In the end, the results are good, typically are really good. And the best part of entering a project like this is to have you guys as a customer with us in the same table discussing the same kind of challenges. We will not pretend to teach you all the advanced algorithms that Bia was talking about. We don't pretend to say that we know more about your business than you guys. We, in Noesis, we like to work with a team. A customer for us is not someone that we start in the day zero. We end the project in the day X. We like to bring them into our site to explain, because in the end they will use what we are producing. Because in the end, it's not Bia that is in the customer doing the forecast, neither Pedro, neither myself. The idea is to explain. Okay, we developed the tool with you guys. Use it. Challenge us to be more accurate, or to make forecasts in different products, or use the different technology to implement the forecast or the visualization part. So for us, and just to close this, our main goal is to be challenged with you guys. Challenges give us complex problems because we are here for that. We are here for having fun with you, to help you guys in growing up, and in the end to deliver good and not so expensive project. This guy is the money guy, and not so expensive project. So again, thanks a lot for your time, and hope that you like it. If not, send different suggestions, ideas, so that we can try to improve this
Subscribe.
kind of interaction. Yeah, and subscribe. Thanks a lot.
Subscribe,
She's a
hit the
millennial.
bell button, everything.
She's a millennial.
I was dreamed of doing this.
She knows what to do. I'm too old to do this kind of technology.
Exactly.
Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank
Have
you,
a nice
João.
day.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.